Dude, that line, marriage is hard, try your best. I'm curious as to what people mean when they say that. Do you mean tolerate abuse? Do you mean tolerate lying and dishonesty? Do you mean, by try your best, do you mean sit in front of your computer all day and work for like 12 and 13 hours while your husband is sitting next to you watching Naruto, and then you have to finish working and cook dinner, otherwise he'll throw a temper tantrum? Is that what you mean? Pick your battle. So give me an example of a good battle. Give me an example of what you think is a worthwhile battle. I'm curious. I'm gonna go live after the tell-all on Sunday to share a lot more things, but I'm just curious as when people say try your best or have patience. Someone at the airport yesterday recognized me and they're like, just have patience, just have patience. Like patience is gonna make a man not be abusive financially, physically, and emotionally. Like patience is gonna solve that problem. I think people mean sacrifice yourself, which is bullshit. Yes, that is what people mean. Sacrifice your needs in the name of compromise, right? Compromise means two people are on two ends of a spectrum and they both give a little to come to the middle. That's what compromise is. I think that most married people say, you know what, this is too much fighting. I'd rather just not fight, but it's too expensive to live on my own, so I'm just gonna suck it up and stay in this marriage and either find someone else who makes me happy or, I don't know, figure out a different plan. It's just the truth. Those are all grounds for major resentment. Pick your battles aimed at. Don't sweat the small stuff. Your stuff is big. Yeah, my stuff is really big. Do you believe he loves you? No. I shouldn't say that. I think he has love for me. I think he just doesn't know how. I really, like, if I thought he didn't love me, I wouldn't fight as hard as I do. Like, if I thought he was just a piece of shit. But I'm getting to a place where I'm like, okay, is this really just about papers? I know people are like, how did you not get there a year ago? But, you know, I'm getting to a place where I feel like his whole family's in on it. I thought that they were on my side, but I'm realizing that this is a group effort. This is definitely a group effort. You know what it is? Yohan is very immature in some ways, but in other ways he's very mature. Like when we first met, he was very protective and made me feel very safe. I never felt unsafe with him. I never felt like he would leave me anywhere by myself or make me, like, he just told me to walk in the street. I needed to get something from the pharmacy and he doesn't feel like driving the car out of the parking lot. So this is an example of abuse. I'm not allowed to drive the car out of the parking lot because if I drive it, I might crash it, even though the only person that's ever gotten into accidents is him, and there have been 3 of them. But I'm a woman, so I can't drive this car that he rented and I paid for out of the parking lot. And it's also not safe in Santo Domingo for me to walk to the store, so I just have to sit here in this car that he rented with no air conditioning and die of heat exhaustion. So there, you're being very negative. I'm still here because all of my stuff is here and my contract for my apartment ends on July 1st, so I have to figure out, I'm not moving my stuff again because I'm not going back to New York, so I have to figure out if I want to, where I'm putting my stuff. I think I'm leaving it all at his family's house, and if it's gone, but because it's only stuff. But that is the easiest and fastest way for me to be happy. Since the filming of the tell-all, my life has been such a fucking nightmare. Like, a nightmare. Dangerous. But I think Yohan's dream was to come here and he has a glorified version of the US. I think when you remove the dream, he's holding on to it and spilling out everywhere. I filed for Yohan's tourist visa on 8 days after we met. We met on June 30th, and when I got back to my country, it was July 6th. That application for a tourist visa was filed July 8th, and I have the receipt, and I'm happy to send it to Linda because I like her. If any blogger wants it, I'll give it to Linda. I have the receipt for the application. I also have the Western Union receipt for when I paid for that tourist visa, when he went and took the money and then realized that the the place was closed. What is it called? The consulate? The consulate was closed. So he took the money. We waited until after we got married when the consulate was open, and that's a whole other animal. But I applied for that fucking visa, and I've been sitting on that and not been sharing it, but I'm just so tired of hearing it because I did everything in my fucking power to make this man have the life. Because I did everything in my fucking power to make this man have the life that he wants. I got him a show. I got him I applied for a visa. He has never paid for food. He doesn't pay for a thing in his life. Like, he has an amazing, amazing life. So his dream was not squashed by me. I have a roof over my head, I have food on the table, and like, I take unbelievable fucking care of myself and always have done it myself, and I've always taken care of my men too. But the truth is, like, everything that I accomplish, every retreat that I have that's successful, every workshop that I host that he hears that there's lots of people in, every meditation I hold, every live I do, every single thing that I do to grow, every Instagram reel I make, you know, it's a problem. It's me elevating, and it's the more inadequate he feels. So that's a valid perspective. It's like, you know, the more I grow, the more he doesn't, because he feels like he could never live up to what I do. But the truth is, like, I've created so many platforms for him to be able to do whatever he wants. Like, you want to go to school, I'll pay for you to go to school. You want to learn English, I'll pay for you to learn English. You want to build a house, I'll build a house. You want to, you know, what is it that you want to do to grow? If what you want to do is just stick your hand out and I hand you everything, that's not going to help you, because that's what everyone's done your whole life until you were 33 years old, and that didn't support you. It's what your baseball coaches did. It's what your mother did. It's what every girlfriend you've ever had did. They just put you in the house and put you on a shelf and look at you because you're pretty and feed you. And where did that get you? Everyone eventually has gotten sick of it, kicked you out, you went back to your mama, and now you're trying to do the same thing. If there's any partner that you're going to have that's going to teach you how to act like a grown-ass man, it's going to be me, because I'm not going to do that. And if you want to walk away, that's going to be hard too, because I already invested so much money, so I'm taking half of what you got. And that's what happens when you marry this American. You picked the wrong vieja. I'm just loves you. Is he cheating on you? Is he putting his hands on you? You sound so resentful right now. Hugs. Yes, he is cheating on me. And is he putting his hands on me? He has, but you know, it was once, and I kind of moved on. So I don't have a picture of like his penis in someone else's vagina, but I have enough evidence of conversations that he has with other women and like things that he does while I'm not in the country, that any normal woman, especially a Scorpio woman, knows what's happening. How do you know he's cheating on you? So I found a bunch of different like pictures and pictures with him video chatting with other women. I found a conversation with him and another woman that was like inappropriate. He's lied to me about like places that he's been when he's been out, and like having conversations with other women. So that's like the main, what I feel like most. Feeling it, because one day I'm gonna take all these screenshots and all these photos and all these experiences. I vlog every time I have an experience with him, and I like take a video. One day this is all gonna be a fucking museum exhibit of my life. Maybe when I die, it's all gonna be in like a time capsule, because when I tell you the shit that I experience, but every day I just wake up and I'm like, today is a new day. Today is gonna be amazing. I can't wait for today. That's how I wake up every single day, and regardless of how